Pick up a brush, let your colors fly. Paint your dreams across the sky. Every stroke makes my heart sing. Painting makes me feel, oh yeah, like spring.
Okay, the palette is basic. Blue, white, black, purple. Big background brush. And I'm making a pale purple. In fact, it's actually more of a pale grey purple. So it's a little bit of black in that purple and white mix. Very, very pale purple. Tiny bit of black in there, but the tiniest bit. Cover the whole canvas with that pale purple colour. Okay, I've smoothed it off as much as I can. It's a pale lilac with a tiny touch of black in it. So it's a pale lilac, tiny touch of black, and I've smoothed it off as much as I can. Now I'm going to make background hills. And I'm going to start with a very pale background. So I'm going to take the lilac and add a tiny touch of blue to that. So I'm using that pale lilac colour, add a tiny touch of the dark blue to that, so that it's just a bit darker than your background. About 5 fingers high from the bottom of the canvas, full hands width high. Make a background, interesting background of hills. And you can see it's slightly darker, it's just got that touch more blue in it. Just a touch of blue, still fairly pale. And I'm filling in as much as I can of that. Not all the way down to the bottom, halfway down to the bottom of the canvas from here. So I've held that brush sideways, and what you do is to give yourself a nice rounded hill but interesting blobs of hill profile. You use the side of this brush, which means you can't end up with sharp points. They're mostly rounded bits. First layer, I've done that to halfway down. Second layer, I'm adding in a bit more purple and a bit more blue. Both purple and blue to make it a darker colour. To make it a slightly darker colour. And then this set of hills will be different shape. Still using the side of the brush. The next layer of hills, slightly different shape. So again, a little bit darker. And then fill that in. It's a tiny bit darker, it's got a bit more purple and a bit more blue in it. And fill that in. You can try and make it as flat colour as you want. You can use the smaller brush to give you the details of the edge of this hill if it's not smooth enough for you, or sharp enough, should I say, across the top. But as you see, it's got a slightly different profile to the one beneath. Next one, darker again. So this time a little bit more purple, a little bit more dark blue to make it darker again. We're going way away from the white. I haven't even washed this brush yet, but I am going way away from the whites. Another layer. Each time I lay my mountains down, I'm changing the shape of them so that I do not get the same shaped mountains each time, and then fill that in down to the bottom again, as far down as you can. Not quite down to the bottom, we don't have to go all the way to the bottom like this. Each successive mountain range is just that bit different. And we'll put some more wobbles in this one here. Change the shape of that slightly. And then the next one, this time I'm going to add a very small bit of black to my purple-blue mix. This is quite dark for this one. Dark range of mountains, it's in the front. Purple, black and blue this time. That one goes all the way down to the bottom now. So I've got 4 different sets of mountain ranges in the back there. In the background, all the way down to the bottom. This one I'm going to end off this side here because my next layer in the front is actually a black layer. So the next layer, 100% black. Still haven't washed this brush off yet. I'm going to start from this side here and make it quite small on this side. It's about maybe 1 finger or just a bit above 1 finger thick from the bottom. And again, I'm going to give it a different profile because this is the very foreground, 100% black. I'm going to make it come up to the right a little, so it's higher on the right hand side because I want to put my tree in that area. Like that. 100% black. Now because it's got a bit of purple and a bit of blue and it's still moist, still wet, this layer of paint, you'll go back into that layer and you'll add more black at a later stage. I'm going to wash that brush for now. And dry that brush. And this brush is not the small flat wash brush, it's actually the wider one, the fatter one. So this is the 1 inch wide brush. Or the 1.5 inch wide brush actually. I'm going to go onto the angled shader. And with this angled shader, just going to dip the tip of that angled shader in black. Just the tip. Because across the top of this black line here, I want grass. So I'm going to use just the tip of this brush and just brush it up in all different directions with some black on it to give me little bits of grass. I'm brushing the black up in all different directions because that'll be grass. And I'm using black on the very tip of this to give me an interesting grass effect all the way across this black area. And you can see what's happening is because it's still wet, it's lifting the black underneath. Which means I'm going to go and put another layer of black when that's dry. But I'm not going to wait for that to dry. I've just got bits of brush, bits of grass, and it's going in all different directions, different heights, little tiny bits. You can use the round brush to do that, or that one, whichever one gives you the nicest effect. Then I'm going to pick a spot somewhere here. This is the center of the canvas. That's the center and crosswise. We don't want our tree in the middle of the canvas. It's going to be slightly to the left. And this tree is odd shaped. So I'm actually going to go away from that brush. I am going to use this brush, the little round brush, because I'm going to do the left and the right part of this tree, of this tree trunk. And I'm going to start it about here. And this tree trunk is going to go up, 100% black on this brush, up. I'm going to make it squiggle off to the right, go back around again, and up like that into my first branch. And my first branch is going to be an interesting shaped branch as well. I'm squiggling it. It's actually the full width of this brush when you get to the branch. So you can press down hard with this brush when you get to the branch area. And that's going to go up. And the further away it gets, I'm going to add some water to that. The further away it gets, you pull your brush away from the canvas so that all you're touching now is just the tip of that brush. The further away it gets. Okay? That is my first branch. This is my trunk still. So let's do the second side of the trunk. That's the right side of the trunk. That comes up there. Trees need to be quite knobbly because they've got a lot of bark on them. The left side of the trunk, that's the left side, this is the right side. Let's fill in the right side and it comes up, comes round, same width. Comes round, it's 100% black. That's the right side. Same distance apart, a little bit wider across the bottom. Fill that in to about there. I'm going to make this tree go up into another branch here. Again, add some water to that brush and then you can lay it flat on the canvas until you want it to get thinner. And then when you want it to get thinner, start pulling it away from the canvas so you just get the point of that brush going up into a second branch. Let's do a third one. This third one here, big trunk still. The thing with trees is the closer the branch is to the trunk, the fatter it is. The closer the trunk is to the ground, the fatter it is. It gets thinner the further away it goes from the ground, and the further away the branches go away from the trunk, they get thinner. That's the rule of trees. So let's do this one here. Let's do a second branch that comes off this way, third branch that comes off this way, and does some interesting things and goes off like that. Again, the further away you get from the trunk, add some water to that so it flows a bit easier. The further away you get from the trunk, the more you lift it away from the canvas. I want to put a few more branches on this tree. So I know they weren't on the original, but I'm going to put them on this one. Put a few more branches that squiggle off into the side in the background. Nice graphic tree that. You can put more branches if you want. Now we're going to wait for that to dry. And in the meantime, paint the bottom bit again 100% black, so it's in silhouette. This is 100% black. So it's in silhouette there. For the next part, we use earbuds. And we're not going to paint with these, we're going to blob with these. So these earbuds, I'm literally going to stick them in the blue, a little bit in the blue, a little bit in the purple, like that, and then start doing a little bit of blue, a little bit of purple, a little bit of white. And start doing some wisteria trails. Now the wisteria trails start from quite low down. See the tree? I'm going to fill up the whole of the top of the canvas with wisteria trails. So I'm going to start by putting some blobs like that. And they're trails, which means that they'll be thinner across the bottom. More blobs the higher you go. Just keep dipping it in your purple. It's purple and blue to start with because we want the darker colours on the background. So I'm just going to put some blobs of wisteria going up like that. Purple and blue, next lot, put another trail of purple and blue blobs. See how they're thinner across the bottom and they get thicker the higher they go. Lots more blobs. So I'm making little triangles. Little triangles, trails of these wisteria blobs coming down. Some of them are dark, some are light. I'm going right over the branch, hiding the branch behind. I'm going to take that all the way up, now to the top of the canvas. At the moment I'm using mostly a bit of purple and a bit of blue. And you just keep loading it up in the paint, taking it to the top of the canvas. Making my trails of different lengths coming down as well. So some are a bit longer, some are a bit shorter, some are lighter, less paint on some. It's all about variation. some I'm going to make it look like it goes behind the tree, so it'll go behind the branch. And you can, if you want, create larger bunches of, sorry, I'm just getting an elastic here. It's just regular earbuds. So if you want, you can create large bunches of earbuds. So you can have a 3, which gives you these trails, and you can have more in your earbud bunch. Make sure they're all at the same level, same height in that bunch. So that when you get to the top here, you're putting in a lot more blobs at once. And filling up larger areas with your blobs. But the key to this is definitely the trails. So each of these bunches should end up in trails as well. So let's start putting more over this side here. Still dipping just in the blue and the purple. For the darker colours. You can even dip it in a little bit of black for some even darker colour in your wisteria. My aim is to cover the whole of the top of this canvas with blobs of colour. That is using all of those earbuds together. And when it gets down to here, I'm going back to the 3 earbuds and I'm doing wispy tendrils of the wisteria. It's all about the layers from here. So once you've got the first couple of layers down, and as I say, I've done the dark ones first, the darker layers first, put a few little wispy ones in and around. And as you see, it's also about different levels, some longer, some shorter, some plain blue and white. Some plain blue. Some plain purple. It's all about layers. Fill up your tree as much as you can with the wisps coming down. And now I'm going to start making some paler wisps. Those are quite dark. So my next layer will be paler wisps, and these ones, because I filled up the majority of the back here with all of those darker colours, these ones will be in wisps on top. Of the darker ones. Using the other side of those earbuds as well to put some more blobs in. White ones, pale purple ones, clumping it together to make wisps, trails of wisteria. Using the bigger clumps now, because I'm putting on lots of the lighter colour wisps. You start off with the darker ones, and then the lighter ones go on top. fill it up. Assess what kind of colours you have going and see if you need more colours or less colours. At this point I've got lots and lots of blobs of colour at the top here. Probably going to need a few more blobs of the darker colours. Here and there again, down the bottom here. Plain purple. Plain blue. It's all about layers, so put layers on until you have enough layers and enough trailing wisps to make it look like your wisteria tree is dripping flowers. And all of your branches are being hidden by the top. Take a step back, see if you need to add any more. As I said, it's all about the layers, so make sure that you've got enough layers of all the different colours, the blue, the purple, the white, the pale purple, the lilac, until your tree looks full. And when your tree looks full, the last thing we're going to do is take the little brush. I want to put another thin branch coming off the side here, just a thin branch with a thin brush, and have that do some funny, interesting shapes off the back, off the side here, just with a thin brush. Another branch coming off the tree on that side. And then let's put some, with this brush, put some blobs of purple and lavender and blue on the ground here in front of our tree, because that is the blossoms that have fallen off. White, all different colours. These are the blossoms that have fallen off here and have just gathered on the ground. Purple, lilac, white. You don't have to have a lot. Blue, very last thing. Our tree needs some highlights to it, so I'm going to take some grey, mix of black and white, make a pale grey, and on this side of the tree I'm just going to give it a few blobs of lighter colour on this side of the tree to show the bark, little bits of the bark, where the sun would be catching it. on this side of the tree behind our wisteria. A few little lines of white on this side of the tree here, where you'd see it, if you'd see it. Assess and see if you need some other blobs, because you don't actually have to put all of the blobs in with the earbuds. See, well used earbuds. You don't have to put them all in with that. If you feel like you need some more blobs over the edge of your trunk, I want to put some blue blobs over this trunk here so it looks like they're in front. You can do it with your brush. Fill in some areas with your brush if you need. As long as you have a nice mix of different colours across the top. And there you have your trailing wisteria. Wistful Wisteria. Pale blue. I haven't got any pale blue. Let's put some pale blue blobs in here and there. That is my wisteria tree. And put a few lines on the other side as well to show that the tree goes down into the ground here. Not many. And you're done.